Hello, and welcome to the Folsom College online tutorial for applying to college. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the Folsom College main website. You can get here by typing in Folsom College into your browser and clicking on the first link, or typing in flc.losrios.edu directly. From this page, what you need to do is click on Apply at the top right part of your screen. From here you have two options. If you've previously created an account through California Community Colleges, but not yet through Folsom Lake College, click on Sign In. This will take you to the Folsom Lake College specific application. If you haven't already completed a California Community Colleges application, you'll need to hit Create an Account so you can begin creating your CCC ID so that you can then continue and do your Folsom Lake specific application as well. You will begin creating your account by verifying either a phone number or an email address. Use whichever one is preferred for you. For this trial application, I decided to use the email route. I put in my email and it sent me a verification code in the next 2 minutes. The code says it expires in 10 minutes, so make sure to do this process promptly. Once you have input your verification code, hit Verify. This brings you to the Create Profile piece for contact information. Once you have put in all the correct information, go ahead and click Next. After clicking Next, it'll take you to the personal information piece of the application. Once all of this information is input, click Next. The last piece of this page will be creating a password. If you follow all the password parameters and input it correctly, then you'll be able to create your account. After clicking Create My Account, you'll be taken to the Folsom Lake College specific application page. All of the information you need regarding your CCC ID will be emailed to you via the email you input on the previous page. From here, to continue to the Folsom Lake College application, click Start a New Application. This page is pretty straightforward. It's the welcome and enrollment information page. The first thing you're going to want to do is put the term for which you are applying to college. The next thing you're going to want to select is an educational goal. There's plenty to choose from, so just read through them carefully and make sure you choose the one that best fits your interest. For this trial account, I'll say obtain an associate's degree and transfer to a 4-year institution. The final piece is the intended major or program of study drop-down menu. If you're not sure what intended major or program of study you want to do right now, go ahead and put undecided. If you are sure, go ahead and choose it from the list. You can change your major at any time in the future, so don't feel locked in if you make a choice that you feel like you might change in the future. For this trial account, I'll select Communication Studies as my major of study. And then when you're done with that, click Continue. The profile page is also fairly straightforward. The first thing it asks is if you have a previous legal name that was used on legal documents or educational transcripts. Most students will put no, but if you're a student that has something like a maiden name, you'd click yes and fill out the drop-down menu. The second part of this page is the Social Security number portion. If you have a Social Security number and have it with you, go ahead and click yes and then input your Social Security number. If you have a Social Security number but don't have it with you, go ahead and click no and you can input it later. If you don't have a Social Security number, you can also click no and continue the application as well. The third piece of this page is the parent/guardian information piece. Go ahead and click the circle that best fits the category for you. If you click I have a parent or guardian, there will be a drop-down menu to put your parent/guardian's name and their relationship with that parent/guardian. The next piece of this page is the current mailing address piece. Once you input your current mailing address, go ahead and click Continue at the bottom. The next piece of the application is the college enrollment status piece. When you're selecting an option from the drop-down menu, make sure you're looking at this date above. If you have your diploma before or on that date, then you will be counted as a first-time full-time college student, so make sure to say that you have your diploma. If you don't have your diploma by that date, then you'll be counted as an advanced education student instead. This is one of the most important questions on this college application, so make sure you choose the one that aligns with this date for you. So for instance, if you're graduating in May of 2022, then you will have your diploma as of August 19th, 2022, and you will be a first-time college student after leaving high school. The same exact thing goes for the high school education piece. If you're graduating in May of 2022, then as of August 19th, 2022, you will have received a high school diploma from a U.S. school. Once you click that, you'll have to input some dates and the timeline for when you received your diploma. After this is all done, you'll input the school from which you actually received the diploma. If you're going to be an advanced ed student, then make sure you put will be enrolled in high school and college at the same time. After putting the high school that you last attended, you'll also input your high school transcript information. If you're coming out of high school, you'll say you finished 12th grade, and then you'll put your unweighted GPA, as well as the highest English course and highest math course. The next page is the Citizenship and Military page. Just click the options from the drop-down menus that apply to you and click Continue. The next page is the Residency page. Click the options that apply to you again and click Continue. The Needs and Interests page is also pretty straightforward. If your main language is English, click Yes. If it's not, click No. The financial assistance piece is pretty simple as well. If you're interested in receiving information about money for college, click Yes. If you're not, click No. If you're receiving TANF, CalWORKS, SSI, or General Assistance, click Yes. If you don't know what any of those are, you're most likely not receiving them, and you can most likely click No. For the athletics interests portion, just click Yes if you are interested in playing on an athletic sports team or intramural club, or click No if you aren't. And finally, the programs and services piece. You can click as many of these as you want, and we might send you information regarding some of the ones that you clicked. If you don't want any information regarding any of these programs, then go ahead and just click Continue. For the demographic information page, just click the options that best suit you. On some of the options, you can actually click Decline to State if you'd prefer not to say. Once you've completed the gender drop-down menu, the parent/guardian educational levels drop-down menu, and the race/ethnicity portion, click Continue. For the supplemental questions portion of the application, just do the same thing you did on the demographic information portion. There are certain boxes that will have Decline to State, so if that's what you choose, no problem. When you get to the bottom of this page, there will be a password creation piece. For this piece, you select 2 password security questions and then put the responses in. In the future, if you ever have to get back into this account, the responses have to be case sensitive and match exactly with what you put here. Once you have completed this whole page, click Continue and go to the Submission page. The Submission page is the page where you can actually review your application and all of the information you've put in thus far. If you have a social security number but you didn't put it in earlier, now is when you can go back and put it in under the Review My Application button. After you have reviewed all of your information and see that it is correct, scroll down to the Request for Consent to Release form and submit your application form. Clicking through all the boxes will allow you to submit your application, and then you'll be on your way. After clicking Submit My Application, you should get 2 emails. The first comes right away and says, "Thank you for submitting your application." The second should come about 10 to 15 minutes after that and contains your student ID number, which is what you will use to log into Los Rios and Canvas. In addition to being able to log into your Los Rios Gmail and Canvas, you will use your student ID to log into e-services as well. You'll have to create a password to do that. And if you want a tutorial on that, feel free to look at one of our other online tutorial videos or give us a call at 916-608-6501.